Scott with sjwellfire.com. Final Days Report, episode 245. This is a continuation of the last VCast that we did. Why is New York City sinking? There we covered primary water, how they discovered an ocean 3 times larger than our surface ocean underground. I think that's primary water. Water is continuous. In this VCast, we're going to talk about how they're actually trying to enslave you and control water. So this VCast, we will address a crucial issue that affects every living thing, and that's water rights and its availability. Despite an abundance of what is called primary water that we covered in the last VCast, many people still struggle to access clean and safe water. Many rivers are drying up, but powerful entities such as the World Bank and World Economic Forum seek to profit from water through smart metering technology and drinking recycled toilet water. You cannot make this up. But we do know in the end of days, after the mark of the beast has been given, I think it's the second vial, that rivers and waters will turn blood red. So you need to make sure that you get your strategy. Our personal point of view in our ministry is you're going to be here for the entire Daniel's 70th week. So I'm going to give you a solution that I've actually purchased myself, that as the grid goes down, as things are chaotic, that you can still get water from a well pump. All right, let's get into it. This is a deep one, my friends. Water is not a human right. World Economic Forum orders governments to begin rationing water into homes. This reminds me of how in some states you can't capture rainwater. You can't make this stuff up. And when I read this headline, it also reminded me of the Nestle CEO. Nestle chairman and former CEO Peter Brabeck suggests that declaring water a right is extreme and asserts that water is a foodstuff best valued and distributed by the free market. So he wants to put a dollar value on water. This whole thing reminds me of Kissinger. Control the food, control the people. This is control the water, kill the people. Control the water, kill the people. And so really this goes into smart meters, right? Just another headline there. Smart meters. Global Smart Water Meters Market Business Report 2023. Market to reach $5.3 billion by 2030. Technology to rescue of the water utilities. Now, this is the enslavement of you, to be able to control what you can drink. They probably want you to go and spend your money on soda and things of that nature. This is evil, my friends. This is where it's going. And they've put a value, again, check out the last podcast we did talking about primary water in the underground oceans. We also tie it to Noah's Ark and geysers versus craters, meteorite craters. We're not told the truth, my friends. And even Joe Rogan in that last VCast, he had 2 scientists on that talked about the evidence of the Great Flood. And the good book says the water came from the deep and also from the firmament. But let's read. They're putting a value in trading water as a commodity. That means it's precious, it's finite, which it's not. Let's read. There's a new commodity in town for investors to trade: water. Futures tied to the NASDAQ Valdez California Water Index, which measures the volume weighted average price of water, began trading under the ticker NQH20 on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange on Monday. Water has never been traded this way before. I heard a podcaster, I tried to find it. If anybody lives in California, I'd love for them to do some research. This podcaster said that in California, and I'm not sure if this is by county, city, or the entire state, that you can't drill deeper than 300 feet for water. If that's true, that's evil, because you're not tapping into primary water. You're not tapping into that water that comes up from beneath that's just perfect and rich with minerals. And this is where it gets even more wicked. World Bank is really going around building infrastructures from your toilet water, your poop, your refuge, to drinking water. In 2018, the World Bank launched the Wastewater from Waste to Resource initiative in the LAC region to address the wastewater challenge and raise awareness among decision makers about the potential of wastewater as a resource. The initiative also provides guidance on improving the planning, management, and finance of wastewater. I saw a video of a guy that took his wastewater and filtered it down the system with plants. And the plants were thriving, and fruits and vegetables. It kind of reminded me of a permaculture, but he was using his wastewater as the vehicle to feed the plant. They could do so much better treating wastewater. Instead, I mean, if global warming was really a thing, they could take our waste, and granted, I'd like the waste to not have fluoride in it, And I'd like the waste to not have pharmakia in it and all the other nanotoxins that basically they're jacking us with. But if you were to build a system where you pumped it up and then built layers of trees and infrastructure, the fruits and vegetables would be unbelievable. And I know they know, because the government has actually gone and harassed this guy that actually set up this waste management system. Control the water, kill the people, right? Control the food, control the people. This is a poison vehicle. Obviously, with fluoride, they've been doing it for years. Harvard said fluoride lowers IQ and creates cancer. Well, we did a podcast, Nanotech in H2O, this kill switch. Final Days Report, episode 147. Check that one out. And I think I actually covered this nanotech system as well in the Astro World podcast. So they can jack us with nanotech. They can do it with vaccines. They can do it in our food. They can do it in our water. Pray against all of it, my friends. And again, this is a summary about water where I don't think it's scarce. We saw CNN, it's being traded. We saw the World Bank going from toilet water to drinking water. We saw smart meters, not a human right? The Nestle CEO put a value on it. They want to enslave us, right? Ultimately, they want to cull us. This is a Club of Rome strategy, eugenic strategy. But again, researchers found this underground ocean 3 times bigger than the surface water above. And again, Libya was tapping into this primary water. But we do know water will be an issue in the end of days because rivers are drying up. We did a VCAS, an end of days sign. Euphrates River is drying up. And other rivers around the United States are drying up. It's almost like feast or famine. As I've said before, it's either people are just getting flooded and inundated, or they're having a drought. Weather weapon manipulation, God's judgment, combination of both. It's interesting, my friends. So water will be an issue. This is one thing that I have purchased myself, not from Lehman's, but if you go to sjwellfire.com and look at the prepare section, check that out and click on Lehman's, I take you to what's called a water bucket. Now, I bought this years ago when I learned about EMP. Go to sjwellfire.com, prepare for an EMP shield as well. I've had dreams of nukes going off. And that's why I bought an EMP shield as well. And you can actually get a discount if you use the code. But a lot of so-called truthers and people sell or offer that. This is a product, though, that you might be able to make if you're handy. It's a tube and it has some sort of flange. You drop it in a well and then you pull it up accordingly. And the videos, it looks pretty slick. Mine was plastic. I think mine was a little cheaper than this. I could not find them online, the brand that I purchased, but this one looks pretty strong. It's only $99, probably plus shipping and handling, and you drop it in. Now, the thing I don't like about mine that you need to check out is I took a look inside my well, and you have a water pump, and mine's a little bit wider. So let's say you're in a grid down situation for 2 weeks. I don't think you really want to be taking, if you have a well, taking out your pump for just 2 weeks. But if it's a long haul, if the grid's down for a long, long time, obviously you're taking out that pump and be able to drop this down accordingly. But it's something that I think is a must-have. Thank you for your support, prayers. SJ Wellfire, Final Days Report. The world of Satan's empire. He's come to kill, steal, and destroy with fear and deception. Final Days Report cuts through the psyops to equip the saints and save souls. That's the ultimate goal. Equip you and save souls so you can rest without fear in your eternal salvation. What a great time to be alive. I mean, it's wild, my friends. It's absolutely wild. Have a blessed day.